Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus-Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus-Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for those tuning in on your community station at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We welcome you all to our program. Also, those tuning in through our online friends around the world, thanks to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. Glad you all could be with us as well. You know, we always are trying to inspire you all, especially as we're now into a new year. A lot of people have made these plans for themselves, including going into business. We're excited to welcome Ms. Melissa Knight to our program. She has an inspiring story she's going to be sharing with you all, not only about her own business, MSLSA Professional Cleaning Service, but also what it's been like for her to be able to see the response from her clients, also how she's dealt with life in the pandemic, and, of course, that you all know where to find her online as well. Ms. Knight, hello to you, and welcome to the program.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to speak with you. I want to definitely give a shout-out to our mutual friend, Mr. Joe Thomas, for setting up this conversation with us. So I want to begin by talking about what it's been like for you. Here we are in the beginning of 2021. What has it been like for you to kind of reflect on what you've done with your business so far?
Well, as far as the COVID, it's really given me a chance to actually put my business out there, being that a lot of people need cleaning services, deep cleaning services, sanitizing. It's actually made the business a whole lot better as far as the COVID-19.
So I should mention that you are based in Mississippi, but I want to go back a little bit, and we're going to get more into how you've kind of dealt with things since 2020. Have you always known that you wanted to run your own business?
Yes, I've always known that I wanted to go into business for myself because I am a person that doesn't like to be told what to do. So by me going into business myself, I can actually, do anything and everything that I want to do on my own and under my own circumstance.
That's great. So of the businesses that you could decide to do then, Ms. Knight, how did you decide on starting a cleaning service? Because
I am a very clean person. I love to clean. So by me being a clean person, I took that idea and I put it into maybe just getting into the business as far as the cleaning. And I actually started it, and people were actually loving it. I mean, the fact that somebody could come in and clean and get things done that they couldn't get done. So that was like an inspiration to me. Well,
I think that is a big thing. You know, I talked to a lot of people in this program this night over the years, and I think one of the things that stops so many people from going into business or starting something new is fear. Either fear of, is it going to work, or fear of what people are going to say about it. Did you have to deal with either one of those fears?
In the beginning, yes. I was kind of afraid. I had a lot of fear that it wouldn't work out and that, it wouldn't be successful. Okay. But I went ahead and went with it, and I put all the cards on the table. And so now I'm successful.
Yeah. So take us back kind of in the timeline here. So when did MSLSA, when did it originally start?
I started June of this year, 2021.
Okay.
Got you. I actually started it because of COVID-19, and a lot of people were scarce about going in and cleaning, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to assist people that were that weren't getting those services. And I just put all the fear aside, and I was like, it still has to be done. So I went ahead and went in, and the contract started coming in.
Okay. So let's talk to this. This is interesting. I didn't know this part. So we're looking at June 2020 when the company originally started. Did you know going in, though, Ms. Knight, that you wanted to do both residential and professional? Or how did that kind of work out that you decided that you wanted to do not just homes, but also be able to do apartments and office buildings too?
Well, my significant other, he was at that time, he was painting apartments.
Okay.
And when they're done painting the apartments, it has to be clean. So that was like an inspiration too, to go in and clean those apartments and get them ready for, customers that wanted to come in, and I would want to make those apartments look as if I wanted to live in them.
Yeah.
So
I like that. That
was like a start.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just going to say I think that's a great reminder for our audience, Ms. Knight, that you have to, because so much of business is about identifying a need, seeing a need, and then seeing how you can fill that need. So it sounds like what you're saying is, since you knew that there was a need for something when it came to these apartments, you were able to, through your business, to fill that need, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because, before they're rented out, you want to make sure that, those businesses, those apartments or houses or office buildings are, clean and they look enough to, for people to come in and actually see that, because you don't want to go into a dirty apartment or a dirty house or, that you're trying to rent out or you're trying to buy. So
right.
That was an actual need to go in, and actually make it look presentable.
And it's great that you were able to fill that need. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, it's on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Ms. Melissa Knight to our program today. She's the owner of MSLSA Professional Cleaning Service. We're going to let you all know how to stay connected with her. I want to talk about the other big thing that's such a big part of business, Ms. Knight, and that is getting the word out. So, how did you tackle that? So here you started this business in June 2020. How did you kind of make your plan as to how you were going to promote the business?
First, I started out with the business cards.
Okay.
I would put out business cards to different businesses, and then I went to social media, and I started a business page, and I just put pictures of my work that I actually do, the before, the after, and I went from there.
Wow, I love that. Again, a great reminder for our audience out there. If you all are looking to start a business, to spread the word about your business, social media is a great free way to be able to do that and to be able to get attention on it. So I think another important thing to that point, though, Ms. Knight, I think if someone's listening to her, and we have the privilege of having a larger audience outside of Yazoo, how did you decide on the area you were going to serve? Can you kind of walk our audience through what areas that you do serve?
I actually serve the Jackson area, Byram, the Clinton area, and the Yazoo City area, Yazoo City, Yazoo County.
Nice, great, because our audience includes Jackson as well, so that is great to know. So basically our listening audience for the radio, you are able to use MSLSA Professional Cleaning Service for you. And so I want to talk about two aspects of that, because I know there's people, Ms. Knight, who are maybe have known you growing up or may have been, connected with you online, and they're like, wow, you started a business. What has that been like for you to see the way that people have been showing their support, if nothing more than through the word of mouth?
It's been an inspiration to me. A lot of people are like, they're so proud of me, and to see someone from their hometown actually get up and out and, try to be successful in something that they love to do. So, it's been a real inspiration to me.
Mm-hmm. And what about the customers? What has that been like for you to hear how the customers feel about the work you've done?
Oh, they love it. They're like, wow, like I can turn this into this. And they just actually, they love it. And they show, so much support. And, it's been great. It's really been great.
Yeah. Could you have imagined, we're not talking almost 7 months at the time we're having this conversation, that you would be able to have an idea for a business, to start a business, and to even be able to succeed in business while we're dealing with a worldwide pandemic?
Oh, actually, no, I didn't think that it would actually spiral in any way because of the pandemic. But by me having the services that offering the services that I offer, it's actually been, it spiraled. It's it's really been big, because a lot of people they don't want to do it because of the pandemic. But by me, just going into business and trying to get my business out there, and, I took that chance.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure for some of our audience out there, because as I mentioned, you not only serve office buildings and apartments, you also do residential. Talk to us about, because safety is so important these days, right? So what do our audience need to know? What do you require of them safety-wise, and what should they require of you?
Okay, so with residential, I would require that it be a time that you're not home and within a certain time frame, because, they probably don't want to get exposed to me, and, by me not wanting to get exposed, or getting exposed to them. As far as the apartment, it's the same if it's occupied. If it's, I do a lot that are not occupied. Office buildings, it's just basically I wear my mask, I wear my gloves, I keep hand sanitizer, Lysol spray, everything. I sanitize everything. So that's a major part of the cleaning business, especially when you're deep cleaning, to sanitize everything.
Yeah. And, for yourself, I asked you about the response from the customers. How do you feel yourself about what you've been able to do, Ms. Knight? Because I think that's so important. A lot of times, unfortunately, we stay so busy, we're not able to pat ourselves on the back. Have you had the time to kind of think about what you've been doing and to give yourself that credit for starting something and sticking with it?
I haven't, but meeting my customers' expectations is all the pat on the back I need. So as long as my customers are satisfied, I'm satisfied.
Got you. Again, everyone, Miss Melissa Knight is our guest. She's the owner of MSLSA Professional Cleaning Service. As I mentioned here, she not only cleans office buildings and residential homes, but also apartments as well. We're going to be letting you guys know here in just a bit how you can stay connected with her and to be able, of course, to get more information. So here we are beginning a new year, Ms. Knight. Any plans that you have to expand, or what should our audience be on the lookout for when it comes to your cleaning service this year?
I do have plans to expand. Right now, I'm working as an individual, so I do plan to hire employees in the future. So that's like a major goal of mine, to be able to bring people in, train them, and actually get them in the business, and maybe they can expand and get their business of their own. So that's the goal for 2021. Gotcha.
Well, that's a really good goal, and it's something that'll not only be good for you, but as you mentioned, be good for others too, to be able to help them do something that maybe that they love. What advice do you have for other entrepreneurs out there? I'm sure you meet them all the time, people who have talked about, I think we all know someone who's always talking about, I want to do, or I'm going to do, or I should do. But what advice would you give them about the importance of just doing?
Just get out there and try it. Even if it's not successful, you can try it. And I tried it, and I talked about it, but I actually put it into action. And that's just a major part of running a successful business. You have to put it into action.
Well, I think that's an amazing thing. And I think it's so great that they have you again as an example. Again, everyone, Melissa Knight of MSLSA Professional Cleaning Service has been our guest. We've been talking with her not only about what it's been like for her to start a business now going into her 7th month, just starting it in June 2020 during a pandemic, and being able to see it grow to not only doing, as we talked about here, professional services, but also residential services as well. Ms. Knight, if our audience would like to be able to contact you for questions, how can they be able to stay connected with you?
Well, they can contact me at 662-528-3085, or they can reach me through my social media page. It's MSLSA Professional Cleaning Service.
And we'll make sure for our online audience, make sure that we tag that for you guys as well. Melissa, great talking with you. I'm glad that we had a chance to share a bit of your story here on our platform, and as well as to be able to let them know about the work that you're doing, and looking forward to having you back on the program again.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me.
Hey, glad to do it. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live.